So we got a little bit more of a topic to talk about when it comes to lovely, lovely things like loot boxes and in-game purchases.
Yay.
We just can't stop
That's the
talking
theme
about
of
it.
this episode.
It kind of is.
In-game purchases.
So PEGI, which is the European version of the ESRB, which I believe it's the Electronic Software Ratings Board. So basically, rated E for everyone, rated T for teen.
Right.
That's ESRB.
Yeah.
PEGI does more. They just say like, kids 12 and up can play it. Kids 17 and up can play it. Like they just go by age ratings. So they have decided that they are going to include now on these. Before I get into that, if you look on the back of any video game, you have the reasons why something is rated something, whether it's teen or mature or whatnot. And they'll list the things that parents need to be aware of. So now, among those warnings, PEGI is going to include an in-game purchase warning. And I'm looking at an article on Polygon.com about this, and I'm kind of confused because they don't really state if this will be a part of other... it'll just be like among the list of other things to watch out for. Or like a separate badge. Because I feel like if you just do that and throw it in with all the other stuff, no one's going to see it.
Well, but if you have a parent who's like actually like looking at it,
that's my thing though. I don't think parents actually look at the rating.
Yeah.
Sure, I have family that works for GameStop that tells me when they buy Grand Theft Auto 5, he will even point out to the parent who's buying it for their 12-year-old, or even younger than that sometimes, that, hey, this stuff has this kind of content in it. The parent will actually get mad at him for pointing that out.
Ugh.
To make sure that it's like, you're buying stuff with mature adult content in it for your kid, right?
Yeah,
they get mad at him for doing that.
Well, okay, and so didn't this come up a long time ago? I remember like we covered this topic kind of before. There was like talk about another, like a separate label, like warning or whatever, coming on like microtransactions in games.
Yeah, there have been a lot of legislative bodies around the world. Like I think Hawaii even had there's like a legislator in Hawaii. Hawaii. Thank you. Hawaii. It's getting late.
Shigeru.
Shigeru. So, there was someone there who wanted to go ahead and legislate that you had to have warnings that your game has, loot boxes, in-game purchases, what have you. So PEGI is now officially adopting it into their system. And I gotta say, I feel like it's not going to do much to alleviate the issue.
If they just list it like...
with all the other stuff.
We don't know though, right?
We don't. Yeah, we're not sure. It kind of sounds like.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by the issue? Like, what's the issue at hand?
Well, the issue is you do have these kids that are getting into these games, and they're just like you said earlier, with like, they might get a hold of their parents' credit card information.
Yeah.
I think even Kanye West complained about that, like that his kid, he got like an app for his kid, and next thing you knew, his kid had spent like over $1,000. But you're Kanye. You're good for it, right?
Yeah, I mean... I feel like that would be definitely the best way to go, especially for... Apparently, most parents don't look at the details on those ratings, so it would probably be good to get like a separate little like sticker on there.
Yeah, and I do want to go through Simon Little's statement. He is PEGI's managing director. He said, "Purchase offers within games has become a broad phenomenon and is necessary to provide the same level of consumer information on both physical and digital releases. Considering that physical releases are an important part of the market, this was an important gap to fill." So, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like there should be something on there that says that DLC, because there's not just for monetary reasons. Like, for instance, if you get a strategy guide, like I got the strategy guide for Breath of the Wild, And there was a warning in there that basically said this only covers information for this initial release of the game, because we knew that DLC was coming. So they were basically telling you, like, the DLC is not going to be covered in this. There is now an updated version of the strategy guide which you can purchase that does have all that additional information covered, but my strategy guide doesn't cover it. So it is interesting now, because there are other factors to consider when you release, even just do additional content to a game.
Yeah.
Like, is that going to affect something else someone might have, like a strategy guide? What if they buy the soundtrack and now that there's new music involved? Well, now you don't have the complete soundtrack now, do you? Because the game has expanded. Right. So it would be nice to have, some kind of warning. I mean, they used to, they still have a, Rukia, you're on camera. Say hi, Ruru. Nice. They would used to say, like, PlayStation Network downloadable content. I think they still say that on the back of the box. So it's kind of it's a feature. It's not a warning, but an actual feature.
Right.
With certain platforms. So I think it's a good fit. I just don't know if it's actually going to really stem the issue of these loot boxes. Be like Belgium and just make loot boxes illegal because they're gambling.